Good morning once again, class. So, in the last video, we were reading the story The White Mouse Circus. Now, the story is about a little boy who was gifted a pair of mice by his grandmother, and they have gone to stay in a hotel. And when the manager finds out that the boy has got a pair of mice, so he's very annoyed, and he calls the grandmother and tells her that the boy will have to let the mice go. But then the grandmother, she complains about the rats which are there in the hotel, and thus she forces the manager to let the boy keep his mice. So he says that he can keep it inside the cage. Now let us see what happens further in the story. There is no way you can train mice inside a cage, yet I dared not let them out because the chambermaid was spying on me all the time. She was keeping an eye on the little boy in case he let the mice out. She had a key to my door and she kept bursting in at all hours. Now children, bursting in is another phrase which shows movement. So please underline that. So chambermaids, people who they belong to housekeeping, who come and clean the room. So of course they have a key. So she kept on checking in all the time just to see whether the mice were out of the cage or inside it. She told me that the first mouse to break the rules would be drowned in a bucket of water by the hall porter. So she was scaring the little boy this way. I decided to seek a safer place where I could carry on with the training. There must surely be an empty room in this enormous hotel. Enormous is big. I put one mouse into each trouser pocket and wandered downstairs in search of a secret spot. Now, wandered is walking leisurely without any aim, just looking for something but also not looking at something. So, please underline that word. Now, the ground floor of the hotel was a maze of public rooms. Maze, kind of a puzzle. All of them named in gold letters on the door. So all the rooms were neatly labeled in gold. I wandered through the lounge and the card room and the reading room and the drawing room. None of them was empty. I went down a long white corridor, and at the end of it I came to the ballroom. The ballroom is not a place, children, where you keep balls. The ballroom is a place where people come together and they dance, where a couple dances, a girl and a boy together, they dance. Now there were double doors leading into it, so the doors leading into it were double. See, can you see over there? Now and in front of the doors there was a large notice board on a stand. A notice on the board said, now can you see this? This room is reserved for the annual meeting of the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children. Now see children, the ballroom, it is not necessary that people will be dancing there all the time, and when it is not being used for dancing, then conferences are held in such huge spacious rooms. The double doors into the room were open, meaning to say they were not locked. I peeped it. It was a colossal room. Now, another synonym for big or huge. There were rows and rows of chairs, all facing a platform. Why were the chairs kept over there? Because there was a conference going on. All facing a platform, that is a stage kind of a thing. The chairs were painted gold and they had little red cushions on the seats. But there was not a soul inside. Not a soul inside. No person was present there. I sidled into the room. Sidled is another word for showing movement. Children, there are different ways in which people walk. When you walk slightly to the edge of a room, okay, that is when you are trying to do something secretively, then you sidle in, okay. So because he was trying to hide from the people and trying to train the mice in an open space, so this is why the little boy sidled into the room. See, when we are entering a place, when you enter your classroom, how do you enter? When ma'am is there, You ask her permission and you stand there and you march in right through the door. But if in case ma'am is not there, only the monitor is there, and you have gone to the washroom or you're late in coming to the class, what do? You try and get in quietly, secretly, so that the monitor does not catch you and report you to the teacher. So what a lovely secret place it was. Why was it a secret place? Because there was no person in it. The meeting of the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children must have taken place earlier in the day, and now they had all gone home. So maybe the conference was already over, or it was scheduled for some time later in the day, but at that moment there was nobody. Even if they hadn't, even if they did, suddenly come pouring in. Now, pouring in, please underline over there. Pouring in again shows movement. When lot many people walk in together at the same time, it is called pouring in. They would be wonderful, kind people who would look with favor upon a young mouse trainer going about his business. At the back of the room, there was a large... Now, before I go further, I just wanted to explain something to you. Why, children, why does he think that the people who will come in will be wonderful and kind people? Because they will be taking part in what? Which conference? Conference for the prevention of cruelty to children. So then they are sure to be kind to little children, and they will not go around threatening them or scolding them. Now at the back of the room there was a large folding screen, something which closes and opens, with Chinese dragons painted on it. I decided, just to be on the safe side, to go behind this screen and do my training there. So he thought that why take a chance? Suppose if the people from that conference did not walk in and some other person walked in and they saw a young boy, small boy, playing with a couple of mice, then again there will be problem for him. So he decided to go behind the screen and play with his mice there. I wasn't a bit frightened of the prevention of cruelty to children people, but there was always a chance that Mr. Stringer, the manager, might pop his head round the door. So who was he afraid of? Mr. Stringer, the manager. If he did, and if he saw the mice, the poor things would be in the hall porter's bucket of water before I could shout stop. So he was very sure that the manager will definitely have the mice put in water and be drowned before the boy could even shout stop. I tiptoed. Now see children, tiptoed also shows movement. When do you tiptoe? You tiptoe when you are not making a... So tiptoe, not making a sound, I tiptoed to the back of the room and settled myself on the thick green carpet behind the big screen. What a splendid place this was. So this is an exclamatory sentence, children. Can you see that exclamation mark over there? So the boy is very happy with the place that he has found. Ideal for mouse training. Why? There will be nobody to disturb him there. He was well hidden away from people. I took William and Mary out of my trouser pockets. They sat beside me on the carpet, quiet and well behaved. Now these particular mice, they were very quiet. They were not running around. Otherwise, if you have by chance seen mouse or rat in your home, then are they sitting around quietly? No, they are always flitting from one place to the other. The trick I was going to teach them today was tight rope walking. Now children, what is tight rope walking? In circus and in other shows you must have seen that the two different ends of a rope are tied to poles, or generally it is poles, and they are stretched tightly, and you must have seen people, adults or children trying to balance on that rope, and when they are trying to balance, they also move from one end of the rope to the other. So this is what the little boy was going to teach his mice. Tightrope walking. It is not all that difficult to train an intelligent mouse to be an expert tightrope walker, provided you know exactly how to go about it. See, he's saying that it is not difficult to train mice. You must have seen people training cows to walk in a certain line, and you have must have seen people training their dogs to perform certain tricks. Other animals also in circus, you must have seen that how they perform different tricks. So here he is talking about training the mouse. First you must have a piece of string. String is rope. I had that. So he already had that. Then you must have some good cake. What is the cake for? As a reward. How do you train animals? When they do something which you want them to do, then you give them reward, and this is how you teach dogs to sit, stand, to follow your commands. A fine currant cake is the favorite food of white mice. Currant is a black berry, children. It is also called black currant. They are dotty. Who is they over here? The mice. Dotty means over here. Dotty has different meanings, but over here it means crazy about it. I had brought with me a rock cake which I had pocketed the day before. So here, while in the dining room, he had hidden a piece of cake in his pockets to train the mice. Now the rest of the story will continue in the next video. Till that time, I want you to read the story and enjoy, learn the difficult words and learn the meanings of the difficult words. Till that time, stay safe. Thank you. God bless you.